That part.
Did he come up with that T-shirt? And how in the hell did somebody go Dirt to Daytona, Carson Hocevar T-shirt? Did you create that?
He tweeted it out. He tweeted
that's
it.
an instant buy. I didn't even see that.
You just before, you're not across from him.
Like right before he got before he signed with it was Colleague, right?
Spire.
Spire.
Because that's the 77.
This is like after he.
Oh, dude.
Like the week before. Like he
it
probably
numbers, says, yeah. And it says Play Spire.
Yeah.
Instead of PlayStation.
But it was like they had to have had this ready because it was like the day of or the day after announced.
But that's
dropped merch drop on the Twitter.
But that's such a deep cut. We found that game in high school. So he's pulling back. How old is Carson Hocevar?
He's on Twitch every single day.
Oh, he's a gamer.
Okay,
he's a gamer.
Okay, fine. He's a gamer that's 20 years old, and that game is at least 20 years old.
It was, and probably still is, the best of the NASCAR games to have existed. Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian... I pride myself on not getting to know other people, so do not put that on me.
Alec. So the bananas up until like the 60s were an entirely different species of banana.
And Chad. It hit me like a wrecking ball.
Review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
Which is why
it still comes back around, I think.
But that's why the folks over at iRacing, they're doing the new NASCAR game. They said, we are inspired by Dirt to Daytona.
I can't wait.
We want to top to bottom, like take all the time you need. But yeah, no. He knew the game, but he also I started out in dirt.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be racing at Daytona.
Right, Cup Series.
But he's on Twitch multiple times a week, and it's just
wish he was a better driver. Not hitting people. How about that?
Okay.
He's a good driver. I wish he wasn't hitting people all the time.
Half the current starting field for NASCAR can't go a race without hitting.
I was going to say,
I think he the last race of the season, I was kind of fine with him. In the last race of the season, I moved on.
But that's what they're grooming him for.
Well, it's the style at
that's something the style
levels,
at the lower levels kind of grooms them to be there, and then you see it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we got NASCAR drivers in the Cup Series pulling off video game moves to make the playoffs.
I'm still pissed that they outlawed that.
You can't have
Safety.
that every week.
I understand you can't have it every week.
It worked one time.
Dude, it was the most I have ever talked to random people
everybody
about
saw
NASCAR. Anybody who was like, wait, you watch NASCAR? Talk to me about it. Like, it was people showing it, people like...
now we need him to start winning some more races so when he gets... So he can be put in the Hall of Fame? Because his car's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
For sure.
That car's going in the Hall of Fame. They were parading that thing around this week, last season. But this isn't a NASCAR podcast.
I was going to say, I love the random, like, our last few have all been, like, almost these random themes of things. And if we hadn't stopped
getting back to
Alex
actually
started
bullshitting.
to open a beer, yes.
You can keep going.
Well, that's the other thing, too.
I'm just parched.
How many news articles, which also some of them I'm going to put news in quotes, but how many news articles have you guys put in our Discord? And we have talked about how many of them?
0 today.
We talked about one-ish
a
couple episodes ago. What was the one because
I think it just adds to the conversation. We don't necessarily need to address the article.
If we run out of stuff to talk about,
it's perfect because it means I don't have to read them.
So this today beer that we are
is a fun can.
Do you want me to do the Japanese?
Ooh,
you know the Japanese? Okay, I got some things in there, but you took Japanese. So go ahead.
Took Japanese.
Pass that bad boy around.
From New Hokkaido Brewing.
From who?
New Hokkaido.
Oh, okay.
New Hokkaido Brewing. This is the Yamabiko Rice Lager.
That was it? That was the extent of it?
Yeah.
Wait.
Featuring rice from Hokkaido, Japan.
I thought there was more Japanese coming through.
No, I was just doing those first two ones.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, did you hear that? That mountain echo? That took too long? Shout again. Now listen. The Yamabiko are answering you somewhere up on that snowy peak.
Yeah, the Yamabiko is a kind of like a Sasquatch
Oh.
in Japanese folklore. If I'm remembering it correctly, the kind of like a little mischievous mythical creature.
Yeah, it's like a mountain creature.
Yeah.
Ish.
Is that what this little guy is?
Yep.
That's kind of cute.
Possibly.
Yep, that is the Yamabiko.
Huh.
So, Brian, have you done any research looking at before you look? New Hokkaido, where are they based out of? Don't.
Well,
you're
Actually, I
looking at
didn't
it
see.
right
No,
now.
I didn't see it. I only saw where the rice was. I literally, as you were saying, I was trying to scan it and I missed it. Where are they out of? I've never heard of this brewery before.
So obviously Japanese inspired.
Yes. Thank you for helping me. I will not now say that it's from Japan. I have no idea. I don't know. Like, I'm feeling like somewhere random, like Albany, New York.
Bozeman, Montana.
Oh! I mean, I got the random part right.
You did.
Really?
Yeah, so founder is half Japanese.
Huh.
So he
Good.
And
Good for him.
And all of their offerings, the can art and the style is the same. Just very whimsical, leaning hard into Japanese mythology.
Yep.
I like it.
Take a sip of this beer and tell me if there is another beer you've had in your lifetime that reminds you of this.
And this is 5%.
Yep.
So we finally got a reprieve and going a little bit lighter.
Japanese rice lager.
Yep. Ooh.
I think there's a can of it in the fridge that this tastes like. Brian bought multiple.
Oh.
Does this taste like Keystone Light?
No, that is not where I was going. And I feel like you just insulted this brewery.
Keystone Light is a fantastic beer.
So the start, maybe. The finish has got a lot more.
The finish is more richer.
It's got a little bit of sour even.
Yeah.
Yes, I am getting that a little bit. It's probably it's because of it being a rice lager.
Yeah.
Because rice is used.
Keystone. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like in the macro beers.
Yeah.
This is what the everyday drinkers don't want to know or don't understand is
Right.
like they use rice as an adjunct. That's what makes part of it being
That's how you get
cheaper.
That's how you get a beer that
And
is
crystal
this
clear.
light.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
So this is also so it's showing that
This is immensely crushable.
oh yeah. But not
You can sit and enjoy it, but this is also it. I could see myself sitting down and just running through 4 pints of this.
a 4-pack of tall boys
on
on a
draft.
sunny afternoon.
yeah.
I'm crushing these on draft.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It is a subsidiary.
Subsidiary.
That's it. I try to remember it, not read it. Of a different brewery. So this is under Mountains Walking Brewery, a brew pub in Bozeman, Montana, dedicated to the craft and joy of beer and community. So interesting of whether New Hokkaido was under them, brewing for them, and whether he's the brewer for Mountains Walking and decided, hey, can I do my own spinoff? Because New Hokkaido is listed as a contract brewery.
Okay. So maybe this
but
is
then
him
contract, my guess
starting
is
out on
like contracted by this other one. So maybe there is some kind of like blend of that. Oh, and I love this. New Hokkaido, Phantom Brewery, brewing out of Mountains Walking Brewery in Bozeman, Montana.
There you go.
So, which makes me wonder if there is not a physical location for this.
So maybe Mountains Brewing is the company that's contract brewing, and he spun off Hokkaido.
Yeah, that's what I'm
this
saying.
is my brand.
To do my own kind of
yeah.
stuff and do it, which is
It's like a ghost kitchen.
yeah, it's kind of similar to so there's Stillwater Artisanal used to be a nomadic brewery, just traveled around the country and brewed wherever he could find space at the time. And now he's the head brewer for Talking Cedar
Okay.
out
Yeah.
of Chehalis. But he is also still doing Stillwater out of the same facility. But it's different styles and things. So
Yeah.
Stillwater is maybe more weird and wild stuff.
I can get us
And
in
then-
there.
Huh?
I said I can get us in there.
I've been once.
No, like
Like, you know some people.
I know some people.
I mean, let's go check it out. I
So-
wouldn't be mad to go back there.
So it is.
Can we go to Great Wolf Lodge while we're there?
Don't.
I'm kidding. I don't want to go. My sister keeps telling me it's not that bad. But
So
I
he
do
grew
not
up,
wanna go.
listening to fairy tales told by his Japanese mother, which is kind of the theme of it.
Mhm.
Name of the brewer, if you've seen it, just a guess.
I haven't.
Just a guess.
I'm not.
I read it, but
I
I
have it right in front of me. Gustav Gentaro Dose.
I'm sorry. What?
Gustav Gentaro Dose.
It's just.
I have no idea. No idea.
Huh.
I mean,
Okay. Interesting.
right?
Huh.
What was it again?
I mean, he's got probably like a German dad with a
Japanese
Japanese
mother.
mom.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds
Gentaro
about right.
Doza.
Yeah.
And then ended up in Montana. Which
Man,
is
make-
not crazy for.
Brewing tasty beer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I will actually have another pour.
Oh, here you go. I'll
Please.
top you off.
I just don't have a lot to add. That is just a delightful, light, airy, tasty lager.
Oh, I'm topping off for the first time today on this as well.
Yeah. It's one of those that like
It's kind of, I'm getting a little bit of pear on the nose, but not very bready, like sometimes you get with a lager.
I put him into flights just because I feel like I need to. I don't
Just see what they can do.
Yeah, and I don't tend to go into a brewery and order a pint of a lager. Unless it's a dark lager, then I'm your Huckleberry.
And, yeah.
But like just doing the regular ones, I appreciate that they have them. We can bring the captain along, and there is something specifically for him to drink. And maybe with my new mindset, maybe I'll switch over a little more. But it's not my go-to for doing it. But I love when they do it. And when you can tell, oh, this is like, it's not like we're doing this just for the captains that come in. We're doing this because I know I can make this beer really well, and it's going to be something unique.
So I don't always go for the lager either. Same reasons. But I kind of like adding into the fight because if you can do a lager really well, I know everything else is going to be good.
Mhm.
If you can execute a rice lager as well as this, New Hokkaido.
Done.
I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, they are. This beer and the other beer, I put both breweries on a Tavour watch.
I was going to ask, you said this last time. How many breweries are on the list, the watch list? Can you tell? Do you know?
At least a dozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
Every time I buy a beer from somebody,
And
I
you
will,
like it? Yeah.
I will put them on the list.
oh,
I haven't had to take anyone off the list.
oh, that's a good call. When you go onto Untapped and you look at a brewery, when you click in, you get a little bit more information about them, like how I found out that they're a subsidiary
Mhm.
of another one. They usually list the beers, right? And some of them, when we're looking at like a Drecker, it was like what, 538?
No, a massive amount.
Yes.
These guys have 6.
14
Nice and tight.
Yeah.
Tight.
But that would fall in line if they're
of a spin-off of doing just
starting your
little
own
bits, yeah.
within.
Cold IPA, double IPA, American IPA,
Well, and all
hazy IPA.
Japanese mythology themed.
All of them
yeah.
are named that. Fruit beer, IPA, hard seltzer.
There's like
Almost like half of them are hard seltzers.
There's like a beer for everyone.
There's a
In
Catalina
the
seltzer
portfolio.
mixer.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean but they're all that same branding. So I'm a fan of this.
Me too.
I think in my new mentality, getting some more craft lighter beers.
Yeah.
Like I also have, I was talking about last time, getting the Release the Beast from Iron Horse.
Yeah.
Like it's getting like, oh, there's a new something of it. The cost of the craft lager is always going to be
A little bit of barrier to entry.
it's always the toughest for me of just replacing
Yeah.
That's why I think, what was it, the Fair State
Mm-hmm.
Co-op?
Cold.
Yeah. Helped a little bit with that concept. So that's always my barrier to making. I would love to find a priced craft light beer that can be my replacement in my fridge for Miller Lite or Keystone or something. The closest right now, I think, is probably Heidelberg.
Okay.
I got to double check, but I feel like you can get a 4-pack of Tall Boys for like, I can't remember if it's under 10. But if it's around,
which isn't putting it in.
I think,
but to have the craft trade off is that
you're going to spend a little more.
Yes. But I know I know of at least one place I can get Heidelberg on tap for less than $4.
Well, there you go.
So at least in that aspect. So for this, I would at least rotate it into my like light craft beer selection to have like if I'm always trying to have some kind of light craft beer option, this is one that I would make as a rotator of it.
Oh, this is an awesome. Yeah.
So I don't think I could have it all the time.
No, but I want something. I'm going to take care of me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to crush Coors Light.
Right.
But I don't need something heavy.
I think this is an interesting one though with these styles though, where it is a light beer that I would still treat better than, and that's
you're not going to crush it.
And that's also the why I still buy the macro is because like there's times where I've gotten home from like a football game or doing something, and I'll open a Miller Lite and sit and zone out, and then it's like time for bed, and I'll go and I'm like, I'm just
going to
dumping half of this Miller Lite out because I don't care, and I'm like, I just don't need.
There's the rub on the craft lager. Would you feel good about?
No.
I gotta finish this.
I wouldn't even open it.
I'm putting I would put shrink wrap on this, rubber band it, put it back in the fridge if I can finish the whole can.
We've touched on it a few times over the last couple of months. This is a foodable beer.
Yeah,
this would
go with a lot of things.
This would go with a lot of different menu options.
Yeah,
go great with nachos.
Possibly.
Yes,
I think because it's not. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be. I wouldn't put it with nachos. You're gonna battle.
I got the segue you were going for, but I don't know that I would put it with nachos.
But you're not gonna battle with the flavors.
Yeah,
where you've had it before, where you bite something and then you go back to your beer and you're like, that's not a good combo.
Chicken wings.
Oh my god.
This is
burger.
Yeah, this
something.
Is,
my son today brushed his teeth and then had food within like the next 5 minutes, and he was like,
"What happened?"
Like a packet. He had like those kids packets.
He learned a very important lesson.
He goes, "This does not taste the same as the rest of them. Something's wrong with this one." And I was like,
"You just brushed your teeth, didn't you?"
No, buddy. We just brushed your teeth, and you should have waited longer. So, Chad,
I'm gonna fridge this.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would take that.
I'm not crushing enough lagers in my everyday life now. I wouldn't mind. I don't mind the price pain to get it in here.
Yeah.
To have it in my fridge ready to go. Let's do this.
Oh, that's not a bad.
I'm gonna rinse my glass.
We realized we didn't bring enough glasses, or I just can't count.
We're going. That was my bad. That's my bad. I'm usually in charge of glasses, and I didn't do it this time.
You didn't do a good job.
We are going from a lager to an IPA.
That's
so
why
that's a lot easier.
That's why I didn't feel as bad at refilling this.
So
speaking of nachos,
so I got that. You had a topic for this episode that you had some thoughts on that I also have some specific thoughts on. I didn't know which direction you were taking.
I put the Gatorade.
I don't feel like I've had this beer before, but I've seen it in a lot of places.
Yeah, this is $60 nachos from Hoof Hearted Brewing.
Which is a great brewery name.
I did not realize the double entendre of their name until I sat down and plopped it into Discord. And I said it 3 times fast. Hoof Hearted. Hoof Hearted. Hoof Hearted.
Is that intentional?
Yeah,
almost entirely.
Yes. If you go and look at every single one of their beers and their beer selection, They are not serious people.
Oh no.
No, not at all.
I think I bought one of their beers for my dad one time as something of like getting him something ridiculous that he wouldn't normally have. If this story descriptor thingy is not what you're about to read, I will then read this one.
You can take it. You got to do it with enthusiasm because it's got.
Are you seeing all this? Like that's no, go for it. Because if this is what it is, it's on Untapped. It is.
So double
it is
IPA,
something.
8% ABV,
Yeah.
$60 nachos. That's what happens when you let Dad out of the house. Want to drink some ice cold beer? Well, I'ma let you prime that cheddar cheese pump with the gooeyest Citra, Simcoe, and Eldorado. Does it smell? No, it stank. Plus, it itch. And the snort was part of that.
What in the world?
Right?
Yeah, they do not seem to
It does have a funk on the nose.
take
That's,
themselves.
that's, it's not a hoppy.
I mean, we got Are You Having Fun Yet?
Mm-hmm.
Bjorn Dork.
Are you looking at beer names?
Oh, yeah. Combat Spandex.
Conky Dong? Roller Blabe? This is one.
Did we just become best friends? Double IPA?
This is 618 beers on Untapped.
We should have gotten the discount nachos to go with the $60 nachos.
Well,
And I
there's
wonder if
there's $120 nachos as well.
Oh,
the
like a
triple version of
Okay,
this.
so they are all kind of it.
I think you mispronounced one of them earlier. I think it's Did We Just Become Best Friends?
Oh.
The one I'm really waiting for is the 1-800 double extra fruity biggie juicy triple IPA at 10%. With the picture
Oh, I
of a
see
dude in the khaki cargo shorts with the enormous saxophone.
I really got to figure out.
These are really not. This is.
No, I'm gonna dig
I
a
am
bit
vi-
here to find out. My dad,
Yeah.
I got him one of these, and I don't know which one, but it's
The vibrational frequency these people are operating at is
Just total different level.
I think them and Drecker are they can speak telepathically.
I don't know where, what is it?
Marengo,
Ohio is.
Yeah, I have no clue.
But
Oh, well, but so same state as Hop and Frog.
but that's what I'm saying.
Bunch of weird beers.
State, yes.
Are they in the middle of nowhere? Have nothing else going on and going?
All right, I'm looking.
It is Ohio.
Marengo.
And
There are cities in Ohio.
I think I spelled it
but-
wrong. Dude, if it's Marengo, this is a small town.
That's what I'm saying. It's small town. Everybody who gets it is in on the inside joke.
Oh, this has to be. This can't be.
Okay.
The population for the 2020 census of Marengo, a village in Morrow County, Ohio, 283.
Okay.
They all work at the brewery.
They have 2 beers for every one person in this city. This something is
All
up.
right.
Something is up.
Cancel the podcast because we're just outing them on their tax loophole
Right.
for being located in.
Where is this?
They took over a shanty town.
Listen, they put it on something, so it can't be our fault. Okay, so this.
Well,
oh
they
my
have
God.
Hoof Hearted Brewing.
True.
Yeah.
I cannot. Okay, so they're. If it is, it's northeast of Columbus.
Somebody will correct us. But anyways, I've been drinking
That
this
is
tasty beer.
fascinating.
Another sneaky hazy
Yeah.
IPA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Hoof Hearted Brewing. When you
Ooh.
type it into the map, County Road 26 in Marengo, Ohio.
It's a P.O. box.
Nope.
They actually got pictures of brewery. There you go.
Yep.
Awesome. That's cool.
No, dude, look at this.
Oh, they
It
got
looks
a
like it's
facility.
like a farm. From like above, at least. So if that's where they're brewing, right
this
near the cemetery.
Smells juicy.
Yeah. It's very hoppy. I'm getting a lot of.
Ooh. Okay.
I haven't.
Brian, have you had?
No, I haven't
this-
smelled it. I haven't drank it. I've been so distracted by everything else.
This you could convince me was like a juicy IPA,
I've been distracted by Hoof Hearted.
right?
Yeah. I
I'm
knew
not
you,
spending.
I knew you guys liked that.
Okay, so this. Do you know how many times I've looked at this brewery, written out different places, the cans,
And not
never-
put it together.
never done it. It's like one of those. what's the game where you like say a word really slow and you're trying to like, or it's like a weird phrasings to try to say something.
to goose I am.
Yeah. What were you saying about this one?
This, if you told me it was a juicy, it smells, looks, tastes juicy.
Yeah, it's still, to me, the look is a little like New Englandy. It's
I'm getting
really
fruit
thick.
juice
It's not as thick
on the
as
nose.
God, what was that one? The Emperor.
Yeah,
Well,
not as
last
thick as
week.
Emperor.
But it is, the smell is more bright, which is kind of a weird way to phrase
It's
it.
a brighter beer overall.
Mhm.
It tastes like a fun time.
And for the second time in just a little bit, Alec tops off again.
No, this is good.
Yeah, it is. Had some amazing barbecue there as well. Tell me more, Hoof Hearted, of your random ass little place in the middle of
They get some
nowhere.
barbecue. So this, not as foodable as the Hokkaido,
No.
but this one I would go with some nachos because it's going to power
Yeah,
through the jalapenos and everything else that I'm going to throw on my somehow $60 nachos.
I was going to attempt to make some $60 nachos, but it just ended up being, this is normal nachos, and I'm just going to splurge on the protein.
So we used to go racing, camping, whatever. So we'd spend like a weekend at the track with no mothers around, right? So my mom would send us with like fruits and vegetables that we would then have to throw away on the way home to pretend like we ate them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And one of the last, whatever, somebody in the group was like, well, I'll make nachos. Somebody my age, so like 13 years old. I'll make nachos for everybody
No.
for dinner.
No.
I mean, they turned out fantastic, and he destroyed the motorhome. Like, I don't know how many bowls you can use to make nachos, but it was pulled pork, ground beef, guacamole, sour cream, so much cheese, olives, jalapenos,
And not a clean dish
and not
anywhere
a clean
in the
dish
RV.
anywhere in the RV. And this beer would go perfect with those nachos.
I found it. The beer I got my dad from Hoof Hearted.
Okay.
Fitness Freak. An imperial stout with coffee and vanilla and maple syrup added.
Okay.
Nice.
Could be good.
Uh,
I didn't go as deep on this one to see what the distribution looked like.
they're here in bottle shops.
Okay.
Like going to Peaks. Like I see their stuff all the time.
Okay. And it stands out. I mean, this can
Yes,
pops.
they all have that kind of style. It's like a weird like
Cartoony-ish.
it's 80s.
Yeah.
Like kind of an 80s Cartoon Network like retro vibe kind of
Yeah.
thing.
And I didn't go anywhere near as deep on the research on this one for
Yeah.
who they are. where
They're
they came
around a lot
from.
though. You can get it. So looking for distribution, you're probably looking at $6 to $8 a can,
Okay.
even just here.
Yeah.
Not through Tavour.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I mean, I would say there's usually 2 to 3 cans. At
Oh,
least,
okay. Different offerings.
in like a bottle shop that has a few hundred like can
Yeah.
options. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It does show on there that they're distributed by someone, and maybe that's who's out of Connecticut that's distributing them.
That's probably
But
the answer there.
So they have a distribution deal. They have that kind of thing. It seems like they're just
Having fun.
Yeah.
Having fun making beer.
Yeah.
Well, they've been around since 2011. And it says known throughout the industry for our deft hop wrangling and nude air guitar prowess.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
Playing air guitar naked.
Yep. We do everything we can to provide fresh, high quality, and sometimes high test, which getting there, liquid to help you get the party popping. They're having fun.
Yeah, and
I am anxiously waiting them to build their brew hollow like Drecker. Get a hotel.
Oh, right.
Get a hotel on site. I'm there.
the place, looking it up in the pictures, the place is a lot more low key. It definitely still looks like it's like like I said, it's almost like somebody's farm that they then were like, okay, you can put a brewery in this place. And then they made
Right.
like a brick patio and did some stuff. Like, it's decent. It's fine. The inside looks cool. But like, it is definitely a more understated kind of like place and location than you see some of what people are trying to do.
It looks like some kind of a winery or cidery that you'd go on a tour
yes,
for.
But yes. And then, but beer. Like, you can tell the inside is very beer related.
Tell me you can't go there and order a pitcher of $60 nachos and a platter of $60 nachos.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. I mean, that's not bad.
I mean, it's going to set you back $120
$120
something bucks.
Well, I mean, you could always go buy the $120 nachos.
But you already traveled all the distance.
You're there.
The sunk cost.
Yeah.
You just got to do it. You got to do it. So you said you had a $60 plate of nachos.
I think they do have their own food truck, or at least a space there on property.
I mean, the legality is never going to happen,
Mhm.
but you could clean house if you had a craft beer food truck.
Oh, I was listening to a podcast of beer people, of somebody who was talking about doing that
Yeah.
during the pandemic, that they like were driving around and basically setting up. And then finally, like they said, yeah, we did it for like 3 or 4 weeks. And then the people
city
were like,
crushed it.
hey, you can't do that.
Right.
So what they ended up doing was they would just pop up at a place that already has a liquor license.
Mm.
So basically, then you could just like go and be there under their like umbrella. Basically.
But man, if you could get a mobile liquor license, not that we're just driving around, but like, yep, I'm going to park. I have a truck. We got not even the brewery in there, but like, and even we can cordon it off. And this is our beer garden. You have to stay within here.
They do it for
Events all the time.
Yes, take over a parking lot, and now all of a sudden the parking lot is a beer garden.
Yeah.
Like, you just need. Well, that's it. You just need to get like a beer garden. It's got to be too expensive, right? That's why people aren't doing it. But you basically got to get a
it's so
beer.
much paperwork to do it every single time.
But you basically would have to get a beer garden.
There's not a
license
permit
every time.
and it'd be different for every like
Venue
and municipality. Like if you're in
each
this
county
city
whatnot,
and that city, and I mean, I'm not mad about trying to figure that out, but we also don't make our own beer anymore. So
No. Shoot, I bet you don't even have to. If you had a beer truck, you don't even have to make your own beer.
You're just the beer
You're just
man.
distributing.
You're not the ice cream man. You're the beer
it's actually
man.
even better.
Right? I have the best beers that I thought I have, and there are 14 food trucks, and I'm the beer truck.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're going to go to one of those food trucks, but you're
some of them,
all
some
coming
of them
to
can
my
do
beer
that.
truck.
I feel like they can, where they have a set space
Possibly could, but I've never
to
seen.
sell alcohol.
I've never seen it.
I feel like there's. Okay. All right,
Yeah, but what if
listen.
you were the beer truck man and you're just rolling through neighborhoods?
Well, that is
you
going
wanna-
to be wildly not.
No, they're sealed cans. I'm selling you sealed cans of beer.
Oh, okay.
You go
You got
in your
ID
house.
every
Yeah,
time.
you go back into your house. But imagine instead of the ice cream man, it's a bunch of grown men. Oh, the beer man's coming. The beer
Right.
man's coming. Honey, throw me some money.
And then, when the tobacco and cannabis board shows up, you just peel out and leave.
I pay my taxes.
I would. Above board. I'll do all of it.
Yeah.
All right. You want to fridge this before Chad brings up his MBA management topic of the week?
Founded by Trevor Williams, Columbus, Ohio, native, with a couple of college buddies.
Okay.
That tracks.
Influenced by hops, hair metal, and video game culture.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Also tracks.
Beer fridge.
Yeah. Easy.
Beer fridge.
yeah.
This is a good one. I wish I was one of the 268 people that lived in this town.
How
many of them work at the brewery? How many of them moved to the town for the brewery?
I mean, it doesn't tell me that here. But yeah, how is that not your favorite spot to go all the time? Like,
Right.
if you live out there, like,
Drive your tractor there.
someone probably does. Ride your horse. Yeah, beer fridge would be solid for it. for some reason, this is one of those, probably because usually when I go to a bottle shop, I'm looking for certain things and buying more of the local releases that I'm trying to find. Like I've said, I've seen them around. I've seen their name. It's a known thing to me. I've only bought the one that I did not drink. But now I might throw one more in each time instead and grab that instead. I probably wouldn't keep doing the same $6 nachos if that's all that's showing up.
Oh,
this is great, but I
sure.
would definitely try the different things. So well done. I also am just having a mind-blown experience of their name and how they managed to
Sneak that by you.
sneak a fart pun in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
It is good.
I mean, my glass is not empty, but that's the other thing. So let's talk about this real quick. We got a couple minutes. This is a 8%?
Yes.
Still a sipper, but you could could you tell it's 8%? Could you tell that
went
it's
down? It went down way faster. I topped off, you topped off, and Thor was the only one who went.
Because I have to get
smarter than this.
I have to get on the ladder in a little bit. So yeah.
I still think 8% is that's where is the line for when it becomes a double or not?
This is a double,
right? Thank you. See that right there?
7. There's a 6. There's a 6, 8 to a 7 line.
So you're saying above 7. So 7 can be a regular.
Yeah, I think
a high 6,
I feel like that's
maybe.
kind of the buffer zone. Yeah.
You got to hit above 7 for it to be double.
You don't see a ton of doubles.
Or is it just the recipe? Like that's what I don't know enough to know, right?
I'm just kind of going off my scattered brain. I think this is about what, like all the beers we've had. I just kind of think, okay, yeah, that line is somewhere like
a 6.6, a 6.7 would just
and
be
as
an
soon
IPA.
as as soon as you get towards that 7, now you're reaching into a territory people are having to
borderline.
double.
Okay, so that's for IPAs.
Yeah.
What about a stout?
But stouts are usually a little bit lower, lighter.
They're usually in the 6 range, I feel like. Okay. Going back a couple episodes. Irish Death.
I've had too many.
It's a 7-8.
Yeah. And that's a heavy.
It's its own. It
I mean,
should almost be its own category.
That's an ale.
It's just
It should almost be its own category.
Because stouts tend to be lighter than you'd think they would be.
I think porters are lighter than.
Oh, okay, never mind. I got it flipped.
Yeah.
Porters are lighter. Porters are more like a brown ale.
Like a 5 and low 6.
And then stouts are kind of like a
American
double.
stouts are stronger than regular. So, just a thought. I'm just wondering.
And stouts, you also see way more of the barrel aging in a stout. Because a lot of stouts, there's not a lot in the way of flavor. Traditionally, in a stout, like it's not. I'm not going for a stout for flavors. I want to get away from hops. If I'm picking up a stout,
so
I don't want a hoppy or
no.
I want an easy drinking.
Okay, so if you're going flavor,
my orbit of stouts has always been from Guinness. Like Guinness was the first one, and Guinness there's flavor to it, but there's not flavor to it.
So if you're quitting hoppiness, stouts and porters tend to be closer to the 0 IBU.
And they get more of their
very low IBU.
Can't do 0.
We've had 2 beers today that were at 0 IBUs.
That's impossible.
But
you need hops to make beer.
I will pull them up.
Thank you.
But if they're not bittering hops, then you don't have
alpha acids.
Then you
IBUs is the alpha acids.
I feel like you're still.
We had 2 beers today where
I think you're in the single digits for IBUs.
Yeah, but based on all the other flavors,
Cookie Death was a 0. Okay, well on Untapped, they could also just
they could round down,
or they could just skip that thing.
But to your point,
I don't even use IBUs anymore. Like we've talked about it before.
It's not as
bonkers.
It's like an appendix for the craft beer industry. Like it's something that everyone had to fixate on because we didn't have
for a while.
Knowledge.
It became the thing.
The average drinker didn't know
What
hops did. It's like, oh, this is spicy. Why is this spicy? Well, it's alpha acids coming out of the hops. We measure that with IBUs. We put this in the bottle. So if it's high, it's kind of hoppy, but it's not, depending on the hops we used or when the hops were used. I want to circle back to the gal we mentioned a couple episodes ago, the I Hate IPAs on TikTok.
Yeah. How much would you
My
hate this
favorite description of an IPA flavor
from her?
That when I heard it, like she would say, like, describe a flavor, and I went, oh shit, that is perfect. She drank an IPA and said, this is floral gasoline. I know exactly
what she means.
I know exactly what that hop flavor is. I have had IPAs and go, oh boy. So now
Floral gasoline.
This is jet
I am
fuel.
shamelessly going to steal that. Like, eventually we're going to have like a true an old school imperial IPA that is just going to set your mouth on fire. And that's when I'm going to use it. I just wanted to get that little factoid in on tape before we wrap up here.
I'm down a weird rabbit hole of IBUs and stuff.
Figuring out how many things. All right.
Figuring out who farted.
Well, bottoms up, Brian.
It's usually one of the people at this table, and I know which one it normally is.
Sometimes.
God, that's good.
All right. Well, our glasses are now empty. Hopefully yours are too. And we'll catch you next time.
We can do it, boys. We can get...
What?
You're at 2 hours, 15 minutes tape.
That's perfect for where we're at.
If you want to do that last one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we can do one more.
Oh, we got plenty of time. I'm good on... I told her like 4:30 or 5. So.
You want big glasses?
Let's do it. Sit with it. Yeah.
If you enjoyed what you just heard, like and subscribe, follow on social media at A Beer Review, and tell a friend. Send us any suggestions for beers to review, and we'll do our best to track them down and give them a taste.